New statistics show that hate crimes against Muslims in Britain have increased 300% since the Paris terrorist attacks. Now, this is a report done by the government's working group on anti-Muslim hatred, seen by The Independent, and it shows a spike in Islamophobic hate crimes of more than 300% to 115 hate crimes in the week following the killings on November 13th in France. Most victims of the UK hate crimes were Muslim girls and women aged 14 to 45 in traditional Islamic dress. The perpetrators were mainly white males aged 15 to 35.
How very brave of them, you know, because if you're a guy who's 15 to 35, bullying a young or middle-aged woman is really classy. That's how you fight back against a terrorist.
So a lot of the cases happened on public transportation. It doesn't surprise me that they're targeting Muslim women because A, they're easy targets, and B, there's no denying that they're Muslim because they're wearing the headdress, right?
Yeah, and I want to be clear about this. So the 115 attacks in a week is a stunning number. It's actually, one, totally underestimated because a lot of people don't report it, right? And there's many reasons you wouldn't report it. You're intimidated by a guy who lives in your neighborhood and you don't want to report him and get him more mad. Or it really bothered you, but it didn't rise to the point where you'd go tell the authorities about it, right? You were intimidated, but you just kept it to yourself. But it's not those people weren't killed, okay? It's not an equivalency, okay? They were often threatened and bullied in some of the ways that Anna will describe here. So we understand that. And we understand that it's not like they want to pick more on women, although, like Anna said, it is also a little easier. You know, you're not going to get any, or likely you're not going to get as much pushback. You're going to be able to get away with it, right? But mainly it's because you can see they're Muslim because of the hijab.
Exactly.
Right?
So let me give you one case. And again, there were 115, but this was one of the cases that stood out to me. In one recent case in London, a young girl wearing a hijab was abused on the tube train. Ashley Powis described how the girl sitting opposite him was subjected to a racist rant from another passenger, a man. He got closer to her and was reeling off abuse, calling her things like raghead, terrorist, scum, and saying her people murdered the victims of the Paris attacks. This is why it's so incredibly important to differentiate between Muslim fundamentalists and the vast majority of Muslims out there, okay? Because when you push this notion that, oh, their religious doctrine is evil, therefore they all must be watched, well then all of a sudden you're promoting this kind of Islamophobic behavior against completely innocent people who haven't done anything wrong.
Anna, they didn't say all Muslims. I don't know why on God's green earth that man happened to interpret it as her people. They just said the ideology of Islam, which a lot of Muslims agree with, and he saw a person that was clearly Muslim and decided to, you know, call her terrorist scum.
Right. Look,
they didn't say all Muslims. I don't know how he got that misinterpretation.
I know, I got it. The squeaky wheels are jerking off right now. Calm down. Everything's going to be okay. But what I wanted to say was, yeah, this is not surprising. This happens after every terrorist attack that happens in a Western country. And you have to be really careful with the way that you talk about these issues, the way you label people, the way you generalize about people. There are innocent, peaceful people that have nothing to do with this, and they're being targeted in the most violent ways right now. And this is just in Britain. Wait till I get to the United States.
Yeah. Look, here in the U.S., we've got Donald Trump, you know, spewing hatred. Not just against Muslims, but against a lot of different groups. Black Lives Matter, Latinos, they're all criminals and rapists. Not all of them. He says the same thing. Not all of them, right? Some of them are fantastic people, right? Yeah. But we're not going to let any of them in, though. It's funny, when it comes to policy, they don't make that distinction. Yeah. Then you've got Mo Brooks, who's a congressman here in America, in Alabama. And he says, no, we shouldn't let any refugees in because you can't trust anybody from Islam. And it's funny how he also lost the distinction between not all, because he wants to keep all of them out, right? And then you got these guys. You know, you got the Trump guys who are attacking the Latino homeless guy, saying, oh, go back to your own country.
Yeah.
They don't know that he's a citizen. They don't care. He's Latino.
Yeah.
They lost the distinction too. See, Trump didn't mean all Latinos, right? And in this case, you've got people attacking all over UK, 115 in a week. And they're saying, you people, all of you, you're responsible. Funny how they lost that distinction.
Weird.